Hi friends, welcome back to Gardening in Kentucky. Today is a very exciting day because we're going to be planting our first batch of Salanova lettuce here in our raised bed garden. So we have here a couple of trays. Oops, this is very heavy because I put water in the tray. I had to soak the roots of our lettuce seedlings. And look at that, they're very much ready to be planted in the ground. We have 4 different variety of Salanova lettuce. We have the green oak leaf and the red oak leaf. And then these are the butter crunch. Uh, it says green butter and red butter. And how many do we have? We have at least 100 of these seedlings. So 50 of the reds and 50 of the green. And I'm going to show you where we're going to be planting them. Let's take a look at the raised bed that I prepared for these seedlings. We have them here. I'm using my favorite landscape fabric, which is the Do-It woven fabric. And I have just burned bigger holes in here because these were the same fabric I used last year for the garlic. And so the holes were tiny, but I needed them to be bigger so I can plant the lettuce seedling. So I'm going to mix up the red and green in here so that when it's harvest time, the red and green lettuces will just be mixed up. Yeah, so that's the plan. In terms of the soil preparation, I've mixed up all of this. I've added some topsoil and compost, and also I have added a triple 10 fertilizer in this raised bed. So I've been growing lettuce for a while, but not this many. So this is like my first time to plant a lot of lettuce and like succession plantings of lettuce for a farmer's market. So I'm hoping that what I'm doing is gonna work. I might have to supplement the fertilizing with some soluble liquid fertilizer um, here in a couple of weeks. But as of now, our lettuce seedlings are very much ready to be in the ground. This is a 50 cell tray. Look at that. Really nice. Okay, so these, and look at the leaves. Let's have a close-up. I mean leaves, the, the roots. It has a very nice root system. The leaves are fine except for a little bit of damage on the outer leaves, but that's okay. So I'm going to start right here. So I'm thinking this row will be all green. Okay. I feel like that's too deep. Okay. All right. Okay, we got 2 of them so far. Let's do a couple more greens. Now this hole is a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I think this will work. Here you go. Oh, this one has 2. Look, it has 2 of them. So I'm just going to separate them. and put the small one here. So add that. Okay, should be fine. Yeah, because I think I got some extra seeds. So I ordered 100 seeds, so 25 each, but they gave me extra. So that's why we have some extra seedlings. Okay, now this is just a single plant going in here. Oops. And we put the soil back in. So we just backfill the hole. That's actually it. And then we'll just continue planting all of the seedlings and the other tray up there. So guys, now we have planted 5 of the green lettuce. Let's plant 4 of these red ones. So these are all butter lettuce. I love butter lettuce. They're so crunchy and they're so good. This kind of lettuce is so good in salads. It's actually one of the easiest to plant. And also, this is one of the fast crops that we are growing this year. Now, the variety is kind of new to us because this is our first time to grow Salanova. It says 60 days in the packet, but so this has been in the tray for a while. So basically from like the time I germinated this, probably about a month. Okay, and then I'm just gonna continue and fill this bed with our lettuce seedlings, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like after we have planted all of them. This is a video when we went back to the garden after planting and watering the raised bed of lettuce plants. Unfortunately, for some reason, we lost the audio. Yeah. So we did not know that we were recording the video without an audio. But here is our raised bed, and we see here the alternating green and red lettuce plants. They look so pretty, guys. I just love it. Look at that. So we have 4 varieties. We have the green butter, the red butter, um, the green oak leaf, and the red oak leaf. Yeah, and these are all Salanova. These are very good looking plants. So I can't wait to see what these plants look like in a couple of weeks when we are ready to harvest them. Before we leave our garden today, there is one last important thing that we need to do, and that is to add protection to this raised bed because there are so many bugs that want to chow on our lettuce leaves. So we need to make sure that we cover this, especially that we don't use pesticides in our garden. So we just have to do our best to cover our plants so they don't get eaten by the bugs or the birds or the animals. So here I am adding some metal hoops. These metal hoops are the same hoops I use for my strawberry bed. And for some reason, I got the smaller ones. I think it's because a couple of years ago when I bought these metal hoops, um, I used them for the strawberry rows, and the strawberry rows were 3 feet wide. And these are just enough to cover the width of the strawberry beds that we had in the past. But that's okay. I probably just have to stretch them or maybe poke holes into the weed fabric so that the metal hoops will um, or the wire hoops will fit into the width of this raised bed garden. So I'm gonna need 9 of this, and that's what I am doing right now in this video. I'm just adding the wire hoops to the raised bed, and they are like, I didn't measure them, but it came to about 1 foot apart for these materials. And then the purpose of this is so that the net that we use for covering will not touch the leaves of the plants. It's still very early in the season, so we don't know if we'll get more low temperatures in a couple of weeks. I know this weekend we will get one morning will be like 40 degrees and another morning will be 38 degrees, but that is tolerable for lettuce, so that's not gonna be a problem. Now when we get to below freezing, that's when we need to cover this bed with a greenhouse plastic. um, but for now I think we're fine with this setup, so we just need to put a net on top of our raised bed. Now that I'm done putting the wire hoops over our raised bed, we are ready to put the net on top of it. So this is the same net that we use for our strawberries. This is basically half of that net. So I had to cut the net in half because it's very big. And I think this was for blueberries, I think. That's why it was so big. But I had to cut it to fit the sides of the 4x8 raised beds that we are using for our lettuce plants and also strawberries. So basically, what we have to do in here is to use some metal stakes and stake the sides of the net. There are some hoops on the side where you can put um, the staking and then just push it into the ground. But I think that's only for 3 sides because the fourth side is where I cut it, so it does not have this white hoops where you can insert the um the stakes. And this is a very windy day, guys. Look at that. I was having a hard time putting the net on top of it because it kept getting blown away by the wind. So I've decided to work on one side first and stake all of these hoops um, in one side so that our net will not get blown away by the wind. And it worked. So, but it's a little bit slow. This is the challenge when working in your garden on a very windy day. But of course, like we don't have everyday work in the garden, so we just have to make use of whatever we have. As long as we can work outside, then it is fine with us. And as you can see, the metal staking that I'm using in here are old ones. They're kind of rusty, but we don't have a choice because these are all the stakes that we have left. These are actually the ones we pulled off the area where we had our potted mums last year. And so we have plenty of the used staking, which made it work. They're kind of not very good because we left the staking in the ground the whole winter since we didn't have time to clean that area. And but the weekend I was thinking of like buying some new steaks, but today is Good Friday and we usually get our supplies from a Mennonite store. So like the Amish and the Mennonites, they're religious people, so they don't open their stores on Good Friday. Like it's basically a holiday for them. So we can't go today to get our supplies, so we have to wait for next week to get our garden supplies from them. And there's no other place near my area where we can get some good garden supplies. I mean, I could have gone to Lowe's, but I don't like their steaks because these steaks that I'm using are really really good. Like they don't come off the ground even if the wind here is very strong. And I mean, it's normal in this area to get like 25 miles per hour, and on a very windy day we might get 45, maybe 55 miles per hour wind. And this staking that we're using in the garden are very good, and they really hold on to the ground, and that's why we like them. And we buy them in boxes, like big boxes of I think 1,000 stakes in a box. I can't remember how much it was because it's been a while. I got this batch from over a year ago, so I mean, it takes a while to use all of them. So it's actually worth the money to buy a huge box of landscape stakes like this. And we can reuse them if you don't mind to use them when they're rusty. Actually, when these stakes are rusty, they hold much better. Yeah, compared to the new ones, because the new ones are very smooth. So if you have just tilled the ground and then you use a new staking like this, um, you can easily pull them off the ground. But if you use the older ones, they should be able to hold onto the ground really, really good. Finally, we are finished adding the protection to our lettuce bed. So the only thing that is left to do now is wait for harvest time. Of course, we need to water our raised bed because we don't have an irrigation system in here yet. But that's going to be an easy task. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching and happy gardening.